Yeah, I know Steve wants to say something. If once we get better at organizing the meetings ever since our grant started, and like, just organizing I mean, Jeff, think about, you just literally wrote a chapter of a book with your words. I'm not sure if you realize that, right? You
Well,
literally,
one of the things that I hear you say, I know I talk a lot about this stuff privately, right?
right.
And I haven't billed myself as a professional speaker, but I hear you loud and clear, Henry. I hear you that I owe it to myself, and more importantly, let's start with students, right? To broadcast some of these ideas that I've developed over many years, and to really fight for those things, and to do it in a way that when people see externally, they're like, oh, look at that, look at that speaker, right? Like, okay, I can do that. That's not, but yes, I agree with you. Like the mechanism, the amount of information that has gone into forming this particular narrative that I've just said, is much more than what can be captured in a small amount of time. And
Mm.
I think one of the major critiques that I would have of myself, but really of the system, is I am not paid in a way that I am valued as a philosopher. I am a philosopher. I fucking think about this nonstop. For the last 15 years of my life, I've done nothing other than read, think, and analyze. But on a day-to-day basis, the community college system does not pay me to go on speaking tours. They do not pay me to do podcasts. They don't pay me to write. They pay me to fucking teach. And that's exactly what I do. And I do this in my moonlighting hours. But it drives me so nuts that so many of the voices that I hear in those spaces, I don't know that they've done. Like Mercer, the guy that funded Trump's campaign, he has this opinion that somebody is worth what they make. Literally, he says that teachers are almost worthless because they don't make very much. The amount of value that teachers give to society is close to zero because that's their paycheck, whereas he is worth much more because he's made in the billions. That guy has had that opinion broadcast because of the way that our social capital works. And I hear you loud and clear that if I'm serious about this, I need to find ways to empower others to follow some of the trails that I blazed in my own life, so that they can blaze those trails for themselves also. And I'm there, man. I'm so happy to do that, because ultimately this is about the next generation. It is about you two. I'm talking to you right now, right? Like Steve and Henry, you guys are going to be that next generation. And so if I can help you leverage your minds and leverage the entirety of your humanity to guide not only your education, but when you become that next generation of teachers, to help you do so in a way that would save you a lot of time that I didn't have, right? Like, one of the things that makes me so proud, you guys are fucking writing on a weekly basis before you end on this subject, before you end undergraduate. You realize how powerful that is? I do, because I didn't fucking do that until after grad school.